Good day, dear pupils. Today, I want to ask you one question. How much do you remember about Great Britain? Let's check it. England, the part of Great Britain. In England, everything is different. You must understand that when people say England, they sometimes mean Great Britain, England, Scotland, and sometimes the United Kingdom. England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Sometimes the British Isles, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland, but never just England. Look at the first task. You can see some words and their meanings. You must choose the correct variant to each word. Try to guess. Ben Nevis is a name of the mountain in Scotland, a famous singer in England, or just a river. Loch Lomond, a river London stands on, a name of the lake in Scotland, a country which is connected with the Great Britain by sea. The Thames, one of the largest countries in Eastern Europe. A river London stands on, one of the countries of Great Britain. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Pay attention please to your second exercise. You need to answer these questions. And the first question is, what is an island? Which countries are separated with Great Britain by sea? How many parts does Great Britain consist of? What can you say about the rivers in Great Britain? What can you say about the climate of Great Britain? The geographical position of the four countries which make up the United Kingdom, England is the largest. England borders on Scotland in the north. In the east, it's washed by the North Sea. In the south, it's separated from the continent by the English Channel. In the west, it borders on Wales and it's washed by the Bristol Channel and by the Irish Sea. The highest part of England is in the west, from where the land gradually slopes down to the east. To understand this text, you need to translate correctly your vocabulary. To border on, Scotland, England, Wales, Irish. To separate, a channel, to slope down. So, if we are talking about England, let's talk about its climate. This is the most important subject in the land. In Europe, people say he is the type of person who talks about the weather, to show that somebody is very boring. In England, the weather is always an interesting, exciting subject, and you must be good at talking about it. Nice day, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? Terrible day, isn't it? Isn't it unpleasant? Look at these conversations. You can see a very important rule. You must always agree with other people when you talk about the weather. If it is raining and snowing and the wind is knocking down trees and someone says, "Nice day, isn't it?" answer immediately, "Isn't it wonderful?" And you have some beautiful phrases here, like, "What splendid weather we're having." "What beastly weather we're having." "There is a sharp frost, isn't there?" "My teeth are chattering with cold." And now, try to guess the main word. The weathering is generally mild, but sometimes the days are really fresh. In sunshine and showers follow each other so often during the day that an umbrella or raincoat is absolutely necessary in England. is the season when nature wakes from its long winter sleep. The temperature grows, the sky becomes blue, and the sun grows warmer. The weather changes so frequently that it's difficult to forecast. It's not unusual for people to complain that the weathermen were wrong. Winter. In winter, the ground, the trees are with snow. It often snows and they're dark heavy in the sky. From time to time, the sun brightly, but it's no longer hot. Sometimes strong, blow from the north and it's getting colder by. In England, they can hardly forecast their weather. Sometimes it snows. In England, it isn't so cold in winter as in our. And they don't get so much snow as we get here in Ukraine. The rivers never freeze. That's why children there go skating very seldom. In England, the climate is temperate and influenced by the ocean. It's cool for most of the year. As for, it isn't so nice. It's a season of winds and beautiful sunsets. The leaves turn yellow and reddish and fall to the ground, and the birds migrate to warmer countries. In England, and are warm and dry, but is the foggiest month. Late is generally an unpleasant season. Everything begins to take a different color. The flowers have faded away and the sky is overcast with low clouds. Everything looks gloomy. Do you remember? Let's talk about Scotland. Do you remember? Let's talk about Scotland and do the quiz. What is the biggest Scottish city? Dundee, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Aberdeen. What is Scotland famous for? For sunny beaches? For long rivers? Its warm sea? A great number of lakes. Scotland is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean and the North Sea, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. What can you say about these statements? Is this true or false? Scotland is a country in the north of the United Kingdom. The national flag of Scotland is white and blue cross. The largest city is Glasgow. The capital is London. There are more than 5 million inhabitants in Scotland. There are almost 800 islands in Scotland. Fill in the gaps in this text about Wales. Wales. I had the chance to visit Wales on my last holiday. I came across the oldest symbol of Wales everywhere. A popular musical instrument in Wales is Welsh. People like singing and organized music. The Welsh are crazy about. It's their national sport. How do you think? This is your last exercise, so you need to answer the question. The first question is, what is the geographical position of Wales? What is the capital of Wales? On what languages do people speak in Wales? What is the highest mountain in Wales? Can the Englishman easily understand the Welsh? Try to name big cities in Wales. Dear children, our lesson is over and now you can check your answers. Have a nice day!